Shalom, call all Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and Shalom to the elect. There's more prophecies unfolding. I've been checking out the news and stuff, just seeing what's been going on. And one of the main things that's been in the headlines lately is what's going on with the military. Now, you got stuff going on that says, I was looking at the guy channel, 077, said something huge was brewing. Military just approved Marines for activation on U.S. soil. Now, the only reason why they would do something like that, and then recently you had this thing with Donald Trump talking about Civil War and all that and posting it online. They might have took the post down. I ain't see it up recently, but stuff like this going on. Then you got other videos. I'm gonna let a few of them play, and I'm gonna pull a few scriptures. You got, let's see, it said American troops withdraw from Kurdish-controlled northern Syria ahead of Turkish operation because they get ready, which Turkey is actually backed by the U.S. any damn way, and they've been sending them in to do little, proxy wars and different stuff like that. Say U.S. troops withdraw from Syria while Turkey prepares for invasion. And the reason why they want to put more troops over here on the soil, because you actually got splinter cells and different what they call them, sleeper cells over here in the U.S. And through the spirit, it's gonna be some type of major event this month. It's gonna pop off and it'll be in the news or something, which is gonna allow these troops to really get busy. Let me pull a few scriptures real quick, because it says it should be a time like never before. It's in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 21. It says, "For then there should be great tribulation, such as was not time since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be." And there's some more that I want to get out the scripture too. In the book of Daniel, there you go right there, because they got some cross references, which is just the precepts. And it's early in the morning, I'm kind of sitting here with ain't too much light in there, but I still got the light from this, so I can go to these other scriptures. Now you got all these different precepts right here, which the Blue Letter Bible is it's definitely good, man. And you got a Bible Hub also. This is what I'm on right here, but it's damn near similar to the Blue Letter Bible. It just goes further into the different languages. Like if you want to read some of the scriptures like in Hebrew, or if you want to read it in the Creole, the French Creole, or you want to read it in the Portuguese, or you want to read it in different languages, Russian. Let's see, just for example. Go into it real quick. Yeah, in Albania. And this is another good tool for other Akim in different parts of the world or whatever you want to bring out these scriptures in these different languages. Definitely can use this in a German. You got a Haitian Creole on the Korean, Lithuanian, Norwegian, Polish, Romanian. There's how people scattered in all these different places. And the scriptures go into that and speaking in tongues, but I'm going to get back to the main point though. It says in the book of Ezekiel chapter 5 verse 9, it says, "Because of all your abominations, I will do to you what I have never done before and will never do again." So this time that we're coming into now, because it's been perilous times back in the ancient times. And Yahweh let these heathens get their foot on our necks and have their way with us to a certain extent. But this time it's going to be on a whole other level because technology is more advanced. Pestilence and diseases and stuff like that don't evolve and strengthen and got on a higher level, because basically right now everybody's immune systems is totally different than it was in the ancient world. of the ancient times. Now, read on the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 1, it says, "At that time, Michael, the great prince, who stands watch over your people, will rise up, and there will be a time of distress, such as never has occurred from the beginning of nations until then. Say, but at that time, your people, everyone whose name is found written in the book, will be delivered. And Abaratazah, my name written in that book, other Akim, ultimately, the elect gonna be written, and they're gonna be delivered in these times. Because this some serious shit, man. You got the Marines coming over here. Then you got ex-Marines and stuff, too. There's some militias and all that. They know this stuff gonna happen. So let me let this play a little bit.
This sentence is grammatically correct, but it's wordy and hard to read. It undermines the writer's message, and the word choice is bland. Grammarly's cutting-edge technology helps.
This is Dabu7. I want to bring to your attention here a document and some things that have just went into motion for October 3rd, where the military apparently has signed off on what they're calling manpower guidance and activation and deactivation of reserve component Marines, or RC Marines, ordered to active duty ISO defense support of civil authorities. Now, to break that down to you, this is basically saying that these guys are going to be moved to active duty here on American soil to protect civil authorities. Something huge is brewing. There's no other way around it. They are basically saying from this point forward, this is authorized. They also go on to state, which is pretty crazy, they say that all of this can happen very quickly, and it will come with little warning.
Let me pause that real quick. It's right down 111 too. That's the spirit. But recently they ordered guillotines. I'm going to it. And when I first started getting into these scriptures real heavy like that, and researching and reading about this stuff, I remember I fell into a real deep sleep or whatever, and I had a dream about these guillotines. Like I could see in these different little camps and different stuff like that. So these Edomites, man, they got some shit cooked up for a lot of these Israelites, man. It's mainly for our people anyway. Of course, all these other heathens, they gonna get caught up in the mix too. But the main ones they want to get is us. Nah, this is something else I want to really try to go to, but this is show how easy it is to purchase certain stuff. So U.S. government purchase order invoice voucher. They got all this stuff on the internet, man. That's why they're trying to shut this shit down, because you can actually get into this different stuff. But that ain't what I was looking for. But the main thing I was looking for says, why did the U.S. government purchase 30,000 guillotines? And I know through the spirit it's way more than that. That's just a number they got out there right now. And then you have people like this that says, it turns out that this story isn't true and it has been circulated for quite some time. Currently it's being spread through social media and via the internet by anti-Muslim publication which refers to female concentration camps, which is completely false because they actually got these in there. And other weaponry and different stuff in there, torture tools and different shit like that in these FEMA camps. What you think they're doing to the Gadites and the Reubenites on reservations and stuff like that? I'm going to read the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. It said, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time." Hey, and that's why they doing stuff like this. This was just it's the eighth now, man. This month been flying by since we started. It was just the first, and they just did this on the third. So they definitely cooking something up. Like I said, something could pop off real major this month, but they might wait till around about Thanksgiving time, because that's how these devils like to do. They like to do stuff around these unholy days, like Halloween and shit like that. Let me let this play some more. We go into it.
They say that requests for federal assistance will come with little warning. As required, the Marine Corps must rapidly mobilize RC units and personnel IAW in this order to respond to threats in the homeland. This has nothing to do with overseas. Every bit of the writing says point blank it has to do with homeland right here. People have tried to scoff at things in the past like Jade Helm or other big military things that have went down, but this is not one to overlook. They are putting it right there, front and center, making the statement. And this means that they are anticipating nothing short of a civil war, an asteroid impact, an earthquake, tsunami, eruption from a volcano, some kind of major disaster is going to end up hitting that they see coming in the offing. I lived through that fateful September of 2001. I don't forget. I've sat here on this platform for years trying to tell people to get it together before the next one goes down. I hope you have a plan, folks.
Hey, and they're playing for the election because you can try to prep and do all you want for this, man. If your name ain't written in that book, how about Shem Yahushua, once you can fall to the sword or famine or pestilence or whatever judgment, it's just gonna go down like that. So the plan should be trying to get as right as possible, try to get as close to Yahweh Shem Yahushua as possible, and get in the good graces. Because once this happened, man, I'm gonna read the scripture real quick. It's in the book of Isaiah, chapter 59, verse 19. It says, "So shall they fear the name of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua from the west." And that's where we at once again, in the west. It says, "And his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him." And you want that standard to be worked out through you or some other type of miraculous way. Because when it said Michael shall stand up for the people of Israel, yeah, you want that hedge of protection to be around you. Let me read another scripture real quick. It's in the book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 7. It said, "The angel of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, encamps all around those who fear him and delivers them." And that's what you want, man. When this stuff happen and pop off, numerous things gonna be happening. Real high spiritual things gonna be happening. That's why they've been promoting this artificial intelligence and this robotic fucking bullshit they've been pushing out. They're trying to detach people from this. Cause this gonna supersede all that stuff. Ain't no damn robots or whatever they got built up and cooked up in these laboratories gonna do nothing against no angels or the Holy Spirit. And there's gonna be more times when these angels they actually gonna manifest and people gonna see them. And a lot of people gonna bug out. That's why the scriptures say, "The men's heart should fail them, fulfill the things coming upon the earth." When you're reading the book of Second Ezra and the book of Maccabees and all those different books, Baruch, and when they mention how the angels look, hey, these ain't no little babies with no diapers on, flying around and shit, giving out candy. Ain't none of that stuff going on. That's that shit Esau pushed. And that says in the book of Genesis, Jacob also went on his way, and the angels of Yahweh met him. Same thing is gonna be happening these times. It's, and the Most High, he can put a hedge around you, and he can remove that hedge too. Like it said in the book of Job, and I'll just read some cross references, some different precepts when they talk about the angels encamping around people. It says, the book of Job, chapter 1, verse 10, it says, "Have he not placed a hedge on every side around him and his household and all that he owns? And ye have blessed the work of his hands, and his possessions have increased in the land." So, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh can ordain that and orchestrate that, so can't nobody come near you. And if they try to come near you, certain stuff will happen to them, and it won't even happen to you. Just because he put that hedge around you. Now he can remove that hedge, and all type of stuff will be happening to you too. Now you read in the book of Psalms, it says, in chapter 91, verse 11, say, "For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." And that definitely happened, man. I've been in numerous situations where I know, hey, if it wasn't for the Most High, I wouldn't be here making this video right now. Let me go on some more. It says, let's see what it's on to read into. I ain't gonna read into too much more into that. But I want to get more into these prophecies right now. What's going on with this military stuff? Let this play out just a little bit more, and we'll
I'll
go to
leave
the next
links below.
Okay, you about to
A
end that off.
lot more interesting talk in here, where they start to say that global sourcing requests cannot be considered by DCMRA due to rapid deployment required to prevent the loss of life and non-applicability of dwell. Dwell time is the amount that a person gets to go home to friends and family to get a break from war zones. They're basically saying loss of life and non-applicability of dwell. Like they're not going to get it? Very interesting piece that was just put out here through the DOD, and effectively, it's the Navy making the call on this one for the Marines and the Navy units. You can see right here, it says that this is a memo established from the Department of Navy Policy. So, gonna leave a link. You can read into this more. This is from Marines.mil. Follow me on Twitter for more.
All right, I'm gonna go to some more stuff. And you know, some people see this and about, oh, anybody could type that document up or whatever. Hey, well, you got it right here in the news. Hold on, let's see. Go down to it. American troops withdraw from Kurdish control. They leaving from these areas so they can put certain troops over here, and ultimately they're gonna put a lot of troops over there in the Valley of Jehoshaphat when this war get ready to pop off. And they get ready to invade Syria, so this what they're doing is basically like another psyop. So once they invade Syria, Russia is back in Syria. They're trying to force their hand. That's basically what they're trying to do. It says U.S. troops. Let me go into some more. U.S. troops withdraw from Syria while Turkey prepares for invasion. So what kind of reaction is going to cause?
The United States government has pressed France, Germany and other European nations from which many captured ISIS fighters came to take them back, but they did not want them and refused. The United States will not hold them for what could be many years and great cost to the United States taxpayer.
And they full of shit. Since what they care about the taxpayer dollars.
Turkey will now be responsible for all ISIS fighters in the area captured over the past 2 years in the wake of the defeat of the territorial caliphate by the United States.
America's role in Syria, it's difficult to explain. They came to fight ISIS. ISIS has been all but destroyed in Syria, but America's staying to fight ISIS. You see what I mean by difficult to explain? People are getting impatient, sick of things staying in limbo. Heck, Turkey's done waiting. It's going to invade.
We have made our preparations, completed our operation plan.
Hey, this straight out of the scriptures, man. You can't make this shit up. It says in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 6, say you should have wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Hey, and all this stuff got to come to pass. All these wars, all these proxy wars, civil war, people rising up against the government, and you see that? Oh, let me go to another scripture. Let's see what it says. Should not regard good princes nor kings. Let me look up on another one. I want to say this in the Apocrypha too, if I'm mistaken, but I know it's fresh in my mind. Yeah, second Ezra. It said, second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions are standing in power. So a lot of these police agencies and shit, SWAT team, ATF, FBI, CIA, and so on and so on. Man, these people, it's gonna be something that's gonna pop off so heavy. These people ain't gonna give a fuck about none of that. They're gonna be running off in people's shit, running off in these stores, hitting these banks and shit up, doing all type of stuff, just going AWOL. And all this stuff, man, it's straight out of the scriptures, man. And you see it going on around the world. And you got Levi, they getting busy down there in Haiti. Got Moab and Ammon out there in China and Japan. And some other areas they protesting there right here. I want to say it's French, so I'm gonna go back to it in a minute once I let this play.
And given the necessary instructions, we will conduct this operation on the ground and in the air.
Tanks and troops are flooding toward the Turkey-Syria border. We're talking here about a theater-wide offensive, a front line of almost 500 kilometers. Turkey's serious. It wants America's pet army, the SDF, which it views as terrorists, gone. The SDF, Kurds predominantly, aren't going down without a fight.
The SDF is committed to the security mechanism framework and has been taking necessary steps to preserve stability in the region. However, we will not hesitate to turn any unprovoked attack by Turkey into an all-out war on the entire border to defend ourselves and our people.
Erdogan's been pushing the idea of a Syria safe zone for ages. He's got millions of Syrian Arab refugees he wants to resettle there, and there appear to be progress. Joint US and Turkish patrols through this planned safe zone.
And see, even though they're gonna withdraw from this, they're gonna get pulled right back in this area. As it said in Joel chapter 3, verse 2, it says, I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people, for my heritage of Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And they parted the land. You got them Amalekites over there fighting over the land with the Palestinians, and they trying to get in the land, but it ain't neither one of their land. That's our land over there. And this whole region, let me look this up on the map. This whole region over here, Gulf of Oman, which they still got the stuff going on with the oil over there, the Persian Gulf, which are the Iranians or the Persians. They just changed their name over time. Got Ishmael and Elam and them over there. This whole region over there, hey, the Most High gonna pull all these nations over here for that great day of judgment. Because when this war pop out, they're gonna go out. They're gonna go all out against each other. And then when Yahushua show up with the angels, then they're gonna stop fighting each other. Then they're gonna try to go against Yahushua and the angels. Well, I won't say try. They are gonna go against them and actually fail. I'm gonna let this play a little bit more.
Until Turkey realized what was going on. Limbo, America dragging its feet and stretching the time out.
Land patrols, air patrols, we are seeing all of these are fiction.
Come to think of it, America's role in Syria, it's like a doorstop, wedged with the door halfway open, so you can't close it and you can't open it. And the doorstop does nothing but annoy anyone trying to get in or out or get something done. And it has no good reason to be there. I mean, seriously, in a recent congressional report, they argued that the U.S. should stay in Syria because, get this, all those defeated ISIS fighters could potentially, theoretically, stage multiple prison breaks and become a threat.
The ISIS detainee population is a few prison breaks away from refilling its ranks for the next phase of battle.
Talk about running out of excuses. I mean, that's like saying that you should change your...
We'll go to another video real quick. Got more of the stuff with the Marine activation. It was something I had seen on it. Might have been more than a few days ago. It's been hella news coming out, man. All type of stuff popping out. Like all this news, this recent stuff, just in just this time, short period of time. This month just started. I don't see it on here right now, so I ain't gonna go all the way into it. But I'm gonna just end this off on this scripture right here. Because once these nations start invading each other, and this war actually pop off, and they actually start fighting each other in the valley of Jehoshaphat, this was gonna happen. It's in the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 13, verse 1. It says, "And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with thousands of heaven, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him." That man is talking about Yahushua. It says, "And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth fell when it filled a fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of a number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it. But I would have seen a regional place where the hill was graven, and I could not." And that's talking about his chariot he gonna come back on. Because the angels, they're gonna be flying in their chariots too, but he gonna have the top ultimate chariot. It says, "And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet durst fight." It says, "And lo, and he saw the violence of the multitude that came. He neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war." And then these devils, they got all this technology, these laser cannons, sonic weapons, and all this other bullshit. Hey, when the angels come and Yahweh shall come, man, ain't none of that shit gonna work. It says, "But only I saw And he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together, the blast and the fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude, which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. And you gotta just imagine, because what Ezra was going through at this time, he was fasting and eating the flowers of the field. I want to say the angel was Uriel, if I'm mistaken. He was telling him what diet to eat and all that, so he can fast and he has some type of nutrition in him. And once he fasts and go to sleep, he's having these dreams and these visions. Once I was putting these visions, these heavy visions on him like that, and he's seeing this right here. Hey man, this military gonna have all the militaries over there. Russian military, Iranian military, Syrian, um, the Indian military, Chinese, Korean. Who else gonna be over there? United Arabs or whatever they call over there. All them gonna be over there. Turkey. Who else? Let's see. Germany. All these different nations, they gonna get sucked into this. And what's gonna happen to all them while they're in the Valley of Jehoshaphat? They're gonna be turned to dust and smoke. And that's what's gonna happen. And then you read on some more and it goes into what scripture that I want to say it's in the book of Isaiah, if I'm mistaken. Bible verse, let me go into it. I said I'm gonna end it off with that one, but I want to end it off with this. They say the saints should take the kingdom. These heathens, these people, they don't even want us to rule down. Like I be thinking about different little situations I get in, and I might get, I won't say I might, but I get put in certain positions that have authority. And when you try to do stuff in a righteous manner, people look at you like you doing something wicked, or like you don't lost your mind the whole time. They ass be bugged the fuck out. So we're gonna have to take the kingdom through the spirit, though. It ain't gonna be on our own will. Cause you have some people think they're gonna rise up and do some other little silly shit. They ain't going down like that. Yeah, it's in the book of Daniel, Salaki. I thought it was in the book of Isaiah. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 18. It says, he said, but the saints of the Most High Yahweh shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Hey, and when Yahweh shall give us some new bodies and we have the Holy Spirit fully running through us, there ain't gonna be no military to stop nobody. You can still have certain little areas where they have certain forces and different stuff like that, because everybody ain't gonna get wiped out when all this stuff pop out. So that's why we're gonna have to take the kingdom. And how about Shem Yahweh gonna let us have some fun now? All this aggression and anger we got pent up by this wicked ass fucking society. You can't even raise no kids up in this society like you want to. You can't even carry yourself like an Israelite like we supposed to. Like a prince of the power like we supposed to. Without people looking at you like you tripping. The whole time they be fucking tripping. So, I ain't gonna go on too much more with this. Lord's willing, this is edifying. Keep paying attention to the prophecies because everything that's written shall come to pass. Shalom to the elect.